All right, birthday Yahweh, birthday Shai, Kala Yahweh, Shai, birthday Agadash. Shabbat to the other part of the great most Ruel, citation to the octopus, to the truth, the call to both corners of the earth, to the spirit and power of Yahweh, Shai, to the hope will lit. To the word Israeli called God of name Yahweh, to the word Israeli called true Christ, name Yahweh Shai. For the Hebrew Israelite, the consistent of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, those who lie in the Senate, the vast majority of the tribe of Israel, due to the scattering of the naked across the four corners of the earth. Is Mahalia Call, the Great Millstone, Los Angeles camp of the Inland Empire region, back from the elections, and Alvin Nawaz will and be edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Shalom Kakadash, which is the Holy Spirit. All right, it's going to be on Polycrisis with a lot of things going on at one time. All right, yeah, a couple of elder brothers, elder apostles going into it as well. Even things that just were going on in the news. You got stuff going on all over the United States and the world and not, but where I'm at in the state of California, mainly in Southern California, a lot of shit been going on since like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, a lot of stuff. But even before there was some stuff going on, but not like after the extent and scale and magnitude as it is right now. All right, because we did have some fire a couple of days ago. Especially like by my house and by my work. Like back to back. So a lot of things been going on. A lot lately. So Polycrisis, just look it up. All right, because the WEF kind of mentioned it before. All right. All right, Polycrisis is a situation where multiple distinct global crises, such as economic, environmental, geopolitical, and technological, occur simultaneously and interact in ways that amplify each other's destructive impact. The combined result of the intertwined risks is far more severe than the sum of the individual crisis. So that's what's going on right now. All right. All these things going on at one time. All right. World Economic Forum. It's from the horse's mouth. See, WorldEconomicForum.com. All right. The world faces connected risks that threaten a polycrisis, the cost of living crisis, more immediate and severe global risks, climate-related risks are the biggest future threat facing the world. A polycrisis could have catastrophic consequences, including armed conflicts. All right, and this is from their website. All right. So before we get into all this, there's a lot. Let's get the scripture first. All right, so Yahweh tried speaking to his disciples when they were inquiring about basically the signs and look when we return. Notice the top of the Yahweh tried to speak about the future. Okay. What's the NLT? Dying of your house shall return. Same thing. Verse 3, Matthew 24 and 3. As he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciple came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign that I coming, and of the end of the world? Who world? You thought Eden world, all right? This current construct, system, society, all that, it's this world, all right? It comes to an end by way of destruction, all right? They tell you that in 2 Ezra chapter 6, where Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob the beginning of it that follows, all right? Which is Jacob is the 12 tribe of Israel, all right? Which is going to set up the kingdom of heaven here on earth, all right? Which are the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indians, all right? So I jump down. Like all these things gonna happen. All right, take place, the wars, the famine, the pestilences, the earthquake, different places. Okay, verse 8, that all these are the beginning of sorrow. I'm just jumping around. All right, when you look at the word sorrow, right?
Strong's G 5604, Odin.
All right, the pain of childbirth, travail, pain, birth pain. All right, intolerable anguish in reference to the dire calamity precede the advent of the Messiah. All right, and many calamity is going to take place here in Babylon the Great, disaster. All right, an event causing great and often sudden damage or distress. All right, and all these things that's going on. All right, Polycrisis or part of the calamity, the sorrow, or the pain that's gonna come into the onto the earth. All right. Right, cause that's there right there, yeah. Cause you read the NLT, like this. That's why NLT is say that. All right, cause that's what sorrow means. All right, and NLT is there, but all this is only the first of the birth pains, with more to come. So the pestilence, the earthquake, that's just you would call it the first wave of the birth pain. All right. And you know the woman, she starts getting that pain, but then it don't come until like a few hours later. All right. And then when the contractions start kicking in, all right, the duration of the pain and the contractions get shorter and shorter. All right. It'll go from 10-minute interval to 5 minute to 2 minute interval to where the baby is about to come. And that's how the pain can come into the world. All right. So let's take it as just 15. So let's go to it. Oh, that was cross-reference. All right, taking it to chapter 15. And all right, in verse 37, behold, a plague draw nigh, and are not black. All right, the plague. Disease, huge number. All right, contagious bacterial disease. All right, we'll speak about the pestilence in Matthew 24. All right, and other scripture as well. The plagues are nine and not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, like with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pain compassed the womb, which pain when the child cometh forth, they slack not for a moment. All right, because the interval, the increase of the interval gets shorter and shorter. All right, even though shall not the plague be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. All right, so this pain, this stress. All right, so we had to look it up. Look it up again. All right, sadness, trouble, or feeling deep distress caused by loss, disappointment, or misfortune stuff by one. Yeah, all these things that's going on in California, a lot of stuff can lead to that. And it's everywhere. Orange County, LA County. All right. San Bernardino County, Riverside County. All these are Southern California counties. And shall come upon it on every side. Oh, my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle. And then those evil be even as pilgrims on the earth. See, right now, people have to evacuate. All right. And who knows? We get to it, that shit could blow up and they lose their home. All right, and we know that the time coming when persecution and stuff like that coming as well, but disaster can alter this place you. All right. So I have a list of link and stuff. Like I said, a lot of stuff been going on for the last couple of days. I'm a the third day. Let's see the person updated any of the videos. I am there in breathing, I can't find the air. Don't know who I'm getting, imagining you, yeah. Got to stand here waiting, for another day. I don't suppose it was the price, it was the price that I would pay.
Candidates and super PACs.
So far, you know, shit escalating. All right, it's Friday. A lot of stuff happens Friday as well.
So today we had a loss of primary containment in Garden Grove that set tens of thousands of people on a mandatory evacuation through various cities. Then we had
So this is earlier in the day, Friday, he was speaking about the chemical spill. All right, then later on in the evening, at night, this is what he's talking about now. Oh, wait, you have the oil
spill in the LA River,
which is in East Los Angeles, or we call it out here East LA. All right, it's literally east of downtown LA.
Now I'm in Torrance, California.
Torrance is in Orange County. All right, so coming from the east, you're on the way to Los Angeles on the 91 freeway. That can take you to Torrance, all right, before you get to Not Very Farm, Disneyland, and the Beat City, and Los Angeles, all right.
At the Torrance Refining Company, TORC, Torrance Oil Refining Company, which is owned by PBF Energy.
Damn, Torrance messed up. Go to the map. Alright. This is all you see. After the green part, you see all this Anaheim, that's Orange County. You see Garden Grove is under Anaheim. Alright. The Torrance. I think the Torrance he's talking about is in LA. He said Torrance, right? Cause I was thinking about different cities. What's that? 55 now. Clock, yeah. Give me a minute. The Torrance he's talking about is gotta be it's literally on 91 freeway went out. Yeah, lock it. The Torrance is Los Angeles. Alright. You see Los Torrance right here. Okay. Which is south of Los Angeles, but it's still Torrance is Los Angeles County, not Orange County, so to like about that. Alright, let's get back to the video.
Energy. And look at this. Excessive flaring. It's fucking loud. So definitely there's a noise ordinance for the residents. Now there is no opacity. I can tell that they are doing a good job of burning the fuel. And it seems like it's light range material. But you can hear the steam. So today.
So that's the possibilities, all right? Something to look out for. All right, on the radar, how they would stay. Oil field, but I got another one to go before that. Right to the oil field first. All right. By the way, there was an oil spill. Okay. What you call it? Somebody was working doing construction and hit an oil pipeline that carried crude oil that fell all into the Los Angeles River. All right. So it goes back to that video. Now we get to the oil spill. I mean the chemical spill.
Garden Grove.
Let's get to this one first.
Sheriff's Office and their mobile field force configuration to assist. And I will tell you, this is a large-scale event, and our evacuation zone is quite large. Cities that have been impacted is Garden Grove, Cypress, Stanton, Anaheim, Buena Park.
Should have showed you that on the map. Now you go back. Orange County is the smallest county in Southern California. All right, this way you're picking up Garden Grove. Let me move the pen right here so you can see this. What's the heck? All right, I'll move right here. All right, so that's Garden Grove. All right, you see the red dot. All right, Garden Grove. All right, that's Garden Grove. All right, so that's where the chemical spill is. You got all these surrounding cities, Santa Ana, Costa Mesa, Anaheim, that's where Disneyland is. You got Not Very Farm, all this is Orange County. All right, the smallest county in Southern California. But it can affect the whole area. All right, let's get back to it.
Westminster. We have worked closely with our partners at OC Sheriff's Office and their mobile field force configuration to assist in those evacuations, as well as our allied partners in adjoining cities nearby. The evacuation area consists of Ball Street to the north, Trask Avenue to the south, Dale to the east, and Valley View Boulevard to the west. This is a large-scale operation that is drawing a lot of resources so we can continue to make sure.
Remember, it's a large-scale operation. Keep this in mind. I have another clip to run with this.
Communities being safe at this time. Those who have been impacted in our community by this evacuation zone, we have several evacuation centers set up for you. The first being at Garden Grove Sports and Recreation Center, located at 13641 Deodar Drive. That's in Garden Grove, California, 92844. The second one is in the city of Cypress at 5700 Orange Avenue, Cypress, California, 90630. I would just like to tell our community this is a significant event for us, somewhat unprecedented. Please adhere to the evacuation orders. From a law enforcement and fire perspective, our highest priority is your safety and security. So please listen to what we're telling you. We have multiple outlets posting updated information on social media platforms, as well as through our partners in the media. So we appreciate you and thank you for being here to get that message out. Thank you. I will tell you this.
Remember when he think he dead? There's another video. All right, and then we got this lady right here. Actually, let's do this one. I'll start this. All right, because you got this is GKM Aerospace, which is where the chemical spill is at. All right, and it's in the middle of a neighborhood. All right. They do manufacturing for military aircraft. All right, this happens Thursday, not Friday. That happens on Friday, but it happens Thursday. This is the evacuation area. That's the officer we're talking about. All right. And then we got this lady. Let's go back to her.
Garden Grove, California is under a current evacuation that is affecting over 30,000 people. So I'm getting a lot of messages because some of you know that my background is in environmental health and safety, and I was a former employee of GKN Aerospace. I'm seeing a lot of MAGA bots blaming California for what is happening, and I, as a former employee, Environmental Health and Safety Manager of GKN Aerospace, the Santa Ana site, I'm going to give you some insight on what is currently happening. In 2018, GKN Aerospace underwent a hostile takeover by a UK-based company titled Melrose. The former company was in Redditch. They had the most stringent compliance policies I had ever seen. They had a corporate team. They had a regional team. I was part of that. They did audits just to make sure that catastrophes didn't happen. Because in 2011 in Tennessee, there was a combustible dust explosion that took the lives of 5 GKN employees. Ever since then, they took it 100 steps further. So they're likely spraying the tank with water for cooling and vapor control. Not because water neutralizes the chemical. The reported chemical is MMA, which can undergo dangerous self-heating polymerization reaction. As temperature rises, the reaction speeds up, more heat is generated, internal pressure increases, vapors increase, and eventually the tank can rupture or explode. They are trying to stop that catastrophic event. And this happens when multiple layers fail: maintenance process, safety hazard controls, emergency planning, and management oversight. I'm not saying that is what happened, but they should have been prepared for this, and something catastrophic could have happened already if they didn't plan or have a process for this. That's a little bit of a background. Events are still unfolding.
Right, and then you know what chemical is. Respiratory problems. Alright. Alright, MMA. And this is a volatile, highly flammable organic liquid with a sharp, fruity odor, primarily used in the raw building block for alkylate plastic. Alright. So this thing could blow up. It's dead, like you just said, generate extreme heat and pressure leading to fire or explosion risk. Toxicity and exposure inhalation of vapor or direct skin contact can cause severe skin and eye irritation, respiratory diseases, distress, dizziness, and nausea. Long-term exposure can affect the central nervous system and damage the liver and kidneys. So that's that right there. We got another clip. I think I gotta go to the shop for this one.
Let's hear your breakdown on the recent chemical spill or chemical leak in Garden Grove and what you think we're not hearing from the mainstream media.
Here's my breakdown. On May 22nd, 2026, a chemical incident started at the GKN Aerospace facility in Garden Grove, California. A large tank
Remember with the
containing methyl methacrylate, a highly volatile and flammable chemical used in aerospace manufacturing, overheated, started venting toxic vapors, and developed a failing valve. Officials warned of two dangerous possibilities: a major chemical spill or a thermal runaway explosion. This triggered a massive evacuation order affecting roughly 40,000 people across Garden Grove and neighboring cities. Schools were shut down, and the governor declared a state of emergency. What the mainstream media isn't telling you.
So remember with the chief said about the evacuation order and stuff like that.
The official story calls it a simple industrial accident, but several major red flags make that story questionable. First, GKN Aerospace isn't just any factory. They make critical parts for both commercial and military aircraft. Facilities like this have deep connections to defense contractors. Accidents at these kinds of sites are sometimes convenient covers for testing chemical dispersion or running emergency drills. Second, evacuating 40,000 people for one tank leak is unusually large. It looks more like a live exercise for
remember what he said. Alright, go to TikTok.
This is a large-scale event, and our evacuation.
It's a large-scale event.
fleet is unusually large. It looks more like a live exercise for mass displacement than a normal hazmat response. Third, California has seen a suspicious uptick in chemical incidents and sudden evacuations in recent years. These events condition people to accept emergency orders, live in low-grade fear, and become dependent on government systems for safety. What's likely really happening? This event serves multiple hidden purposes, testing how fast and effective
About roads and then I go down to Egypt for help. All right, it's trusting straight to Pharaoh. All right, pressure from above, pressure from below. The Hegelian dialect, all these things that they doing for a purpose to achieve another hidden agenda. All right, but ultimately at the end of the day, it's all the spirit of the Lord Yahweh trying to have him do these things. All right.
large populations can be evacuated, normalizing the presence of dangerous industrial chemicals near residential areas, training emergency response systems for bigger future events, creating psychological stress that keeps people in a state of anxiety and compliance. The media is focusing on the drama of the evacuation while ignoring the pattern and the deeper implications. Bottom line, this isn't just one factory having a bad day. It's part of a larger pattern of gradual conditioning and control through manufactured emergencies. Error out.
Okay. But wait, there's more. Yesterday, on the way home from camp, we had camp in LA. All right. We were on the way home, and there was a big fire. All right. In Pomona. All right. It's the city in Los Angeles County. All right. Pomona. All right. Pretty much the last city going into leaving Los Angeles County, going into San Bernardino County, which is going to be Montclair, Ontario, Chino Hill. All right. Let's give the map. So there was a large fire that we saw from a distance off the freeway.
Five more minutes and I'm taking off.
I'm safe.
I gotta go back, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot of things been going on lately. All right. And talk about the Polycrisis, but ultimately the Lord prophecies. All right, speak about the birth pain. I'm not going to last for a moment. That these things are going to increase. All right. In other states, it's going to happen in other states. All right, it's going to happen in other cities. All right, I've been highlighting here in California, but it was just so much just here in the last couple of days. All right. I can do other cities and other states, you know. It's probably be a couple hour long video. So just highlighting this area, but it's going to be all over the United States. And then, what is today? In Southgate, all right, this is another city in LA County. All right. This is Southgate. Why is it thought earlier? It was right over here. Under Compton. Sorry, not under Compton. Southgate, way up there. I'm all over the place. All right, that's Southgate. So this happens. All right, a massive industrial fire breakout. All right, this is the last one right here. Same one. that's pretty much it. Conclude everything like I said. There's been a lot been going on over the last couple of days, And Polycrisis, all right, with property that we read in Match 34, second into chapter 15, all right, and the Jacob trouble, all right, the bird chain, all these things that coincide, all right. So hell about to break loose, shit about to hit the fan, and Thor on every thought is going to be come upon this place. With that, shalom.